Good morning, my valuable viewers. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome and thank you so much for always considering tuning into your most favorite online TV channel. This is definitely Public Desire Media TV, and I'm your host, Julius. I'm still in Kampala, and this is the fourth day of my visit to this beautiful, beautiful country of Uganda. And you know very well that when you visit this great country of Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, the Banana Republic of Africa, you can never leave this place without visiting the Kabaka Palace. You know, Kabaka is like, if I can give you a small history of this palace, it's a palace where there was a Buganda kingdom. And the same place, I'm being informed by those people who have lived here for long, is also housing the Idi Amin torture chambers. And for those people who may not know who Idi Amin is, Idi Amin was the third president of this great country of Uganda. He ruled between 1971 to 1979. And those people who were there before us say that during his regime, a lot of lives were lost. Around 200,000 Ugandans were tortured and lost their lives in the hands of Idi Amin torture chambers. And now, today I want to visit this particular place so that I can give you the historical site and the stories behind the story. Remember, when I was starting this particular channel, I had promised you, my valuable viewers, that I'll be giving you stories behind the stories, visiting historical sites, random street interviews on matters of human concern. That is, I'll be conducting random interviews on food, security, education, and health. So today I'm going to capture only one of those things which I had promised you, my valuable viewers, in my first video. I had promised you that wherever I visit a certain country, I will be visiting the historical sites, give you the story behind the story, and if you need more places, you can even put your comments in the comment section so that I can know exactly what you expect me to cover for you. Today, I'm going to leave this particular place where I'm staying. This is where I'm being hosted by my friend, and I'm going to visit the Idi Amin torture chambers. At the same time, give you the story of this historical site called the Buganda Kingdom. So I want you to join me right from the beginning, right now, until the tail end of this particular video, so that you can have an opportunity to watch and enjoy exact, accurate, specific, and relevant content that is meant to make you a better person in whatever you do. So, for those people who are watching my channel for the very first time, if you know that you're watching this channel for the very first time, please feel at home, feel welcome. This is the only channel that you need to watch each and every time you want to watch and enjoy exact, accurate, specific, and relevant content. And for those people who are PDF members, that is the Public Desire family members, I want to congratulate you. I want also to thank you for the support and love you have shown me so far. I really appreciate the support you have shown me. Look for more people to watch my channel. I recommend this channel for more people to watch. So I want you to join me right from now until the tail end of this video so that you can have a great content which I promised you at the beginning of this channel. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached the palace. We are going to be introduced and taken around by the person who's in charge. The tour guide is here with me. I'm going to give him an opportunity to introduce himself. But first of all, he's going to explain to us some of the artifacts and the nice pictures you're seeing around here, so that at the end of this particular content, you'll be able to understand what actually happens at this particular palace. Welcome and thank you so much for always considering tuning into your most favorite online TV channel. Definitely this is Public Desire Media TV, the only channel that you need to watch each and every time you want to have accurate, specific, and relevant content that is meant to make you a better person. Now, without taking much of your valuable time, my valuable viewers, I'm going to let the person in charge here to take me around, also tell us what happens at this particular palace. Kindly, gentlemen, introduce yourself to my audience.
So, thank you so
much.
Speak up. Okay, thank you so much. And you're most welcome to the King's Palace. So, this is the capital of the kingdom. I'm by names of Saint Peter Bernard, and I'm from the Buffalo clan. Buganda Kingdom is a clan-based kingdom, whereby we have 56 clans, and each and every clan in the kingdom has a role to play.
Okay.
So for me, I'm from the Buffalo clan.
Okay.
And we people from the Buffalo clan, our role is to drive the king right now. Before cars, we used to lift the king. But nowadays, we are the drivers of the king. So as we are going to start, we are in the nation called Uganda. And in Uganda, we have 5 kingdoms. And Buganda is the biggest kingdom in Uganda. It covers 20%. We have Ankole Kingdom, that is Western Uganda, where the current president comes from. We have Bunyoro Kingdom, where you find the largest national park in Uganda, and that is Murchison Falls National Park. We have Busoga Kingdom, is where you find the Soso River Nile. And even we have Toro Kingdom, it's where you find Fort Potro City, and that is tourism city in Uganda. So those are 5 kingdoms. We have the people from the northern Uganda. For them, they don't have kingdoms, they have chiefdoms. So in Uganda, we have 52 tribes and 52 different languages in the same nation. So as we start, so Buganda has been in existence for more than 800 years, and we are led by 35 previous kings. But right now we are talking on only 4 kings. It's because by that time we had no cameras. On these 4 kings, as you've seen, Mutesa I, Daniel Manga, King Daudi Chwa, King Freddy, or Mutesa II, who was the first ceremonial president of Uganda. So on these 4 kings, we had cameras and we could write. So we are going to talk about Mutesa I. So this is Mutesa I. For him, he never stayed here at Mengo Palace. He never stayed here. He used to stay in Kasubi Royal Tombs. Right now, it is the burial grounds for the kings of Buganda. So when he passed away in 1884, the son seconded the throne. Here in Buganda, our kings are fathered the son, fathered the son. So Daniel Manga became a king in 1884, and he established his palace on this hill in 1885. So this is Daniel Manga, and he was the first king to live here. So Daniel Manga is the father to Daudi Chwa. Daudi Chwa was the 5th son of Daniel Manga, and he succeeded the throne in 1897 up to 1939. So he's the youngest king in Uganda. He succeeded the throne when he was only 1 year and 6 days. So this one, Daudi Chwa, is the father to Mutesa II. Mutesa II, he was the king from 1939 up to 1966. So, and he was the first ceremonial president of Uganda. That is Daudi Chwa. Sorry, that is Mutesa II. So now we are going to talk about this letter. And this letter, it was written by Mutesa I. So Mutesa I wrote a letter to the Queen Mother of England to invite the British here to teach Baganda people how to read and write. So this is the letter. It was in italic form of way, so we had to digitalize it to come up with this one. The original letter is in Uganda Museum. And this is the palace before it was attacked in 1966 by General Idi Amin Dada and Obote. So it looked like this. And this is the Parliament of Buganda Kingdom. And this is the Royal Mile. On this Royal Mile, we have 56 plants and 52 trees. Candela trees represents the clans we have in Uganda Kingdom. So that is the Parliament of Uganda in the late 50s. So up here we have the Kasubi Royal Tombs. So this is the biggest grass-thatched house in the whole world. It's where the kings of Uganda are laid up to date. And here we are seeing, this one here you're seeing, that is the current king. called Kabaka Ronald Mwenda Mutebi II. So these people you're seeing near him putting on a backcloth, those people, they are the one responsible for the clans of Buganda. They are the head of the clans. The people behind here putting on blue, those people are responsible for the counties. So they are the chiefs heading the counties of Buganda. In Buganda we have 18 counties. So now we have this picture here. That is the picture of the current king, Ronald Mwenda Mutebi II. And this is the flag of the kingdom. And this is the flag of the king. Yeah. So now this one here is the queen to the current king, or to the kingdom. It's called Nabagereka, Sriviana Jinda. Okay. Yeah. So now these are the children for the current king. Here in Uganda, the first son does not succeed the throne. It's because like 100 years back, because our kings had no official wife, they would marry like 10 women, having 20 children. So those women, they used to fight the first son because it was automatically that the first son has to succeed the throne. So the women used to kill the first son in order for they wanted their son to be the king. That's why the first son used to be killed. So our king decided that the first son is no longer a king, is a family caretaker, that is his role. So the king is the one responsible to pick any son of his sons to be a king. So now our current king has two sons. Has this one, it's called Junju. And that is Prince Junju. And this is called Prince Richard Semakukilo, the second son, only 12 years. So these are the princesses. And one of them, this one is called Sangaliambogo. And this one is called Nasolo. And this one is called Nkinzi. So those are the children for the current king.
Okay.
So here we have this picture here. This is the picture of General Idi Amin Dada. In 1971, he was saluting on the remains of Mutesa II. Because as I told you, Mutesa II was exiled. This palace was attacked and exiled to England. So Mutesa II died in exile, and that was the regime of Dr. Appleminton Obote. So Obote refused the remains to come back here. Baganda people were very much annoyed. So Idi Amin Dada done his regime. In order to capture sympathy from Buganda kingdom, he brought back the remains of Mutesa II here in 1971. Yeah, so those are the remains. So we are heading up. Let you first come, and then we get the picture of...
So my valuable viewers, you have had a short story of how this kingdom was established. You have also had an opportunity to watch the children of the current prince and the king. And also we are going upwards now to give you more, to capture more stories about this particular beautiful place. So I want you to continue watch this particular channel as we give you the story behind the story. Remember, Public Desire Media TV gives you the story behind the story. You may have heard different stories about this particular palace. You may have even visited this place to get the story behind the story. But today I'm giving you another opportunity, you my valuable viewers, to watch this particular palace from my lenses and also get the exact story behind the story. So as we continue, I want you to continue watching this particular channel because we are going to give you more that you truly deserve.
So thank you so much. Now where we are, I'm going to show you the map of Uganda and the map of the Kingdom of Uganda. So now this is the nation's map. As you can see, this is Uganda. And as I told you, Buganda is the biggest kingdom. It covers 20%. So this is Buganda kingdom. As you can see, in Western Uganda here, we have Ankole. That is Western Uganda, where the current president comes from. That is Museveni. And here, we have Bunyoro kingdom, somewhere here. And somewhere here, we have Toro Kingdom here. And here we have Busoga Kingdom. So those are 5 kingdoms. We have the people from the northern Uganda here. For them, they don't have kingdoms, they have chiefdoms. As I told you, in Uganda we have 2 different groups of people. In Uganda, we have the Bantu group of people. Those are the kingdoms. We have the Nilotics group of people. Those are the people from the northern Uganda. Yeah, so those are the 2 groups we have in Uganda. We have, this is a kingdom's flag. As you can, so this is a kingdom's map. As you can see, in Uganda we have 18 counties. And these counties are headed by chiefs on behalf of the king. Yeah. So, as I showed you, whenever you see SSE on the king, means let. SSE means let. SSE means let. Or let Kabaka Mutesa the first.
Oh yes,
yeah.
oh yes, oh yes.
So SSE represents let.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, this was the first ceremonial president of Uganda, Mutesa II. So he passed away in 1969 in exile, in England. So this one is the father to King Ronald Mwenda Mutebi II. So as you can see, there is no SSE.
Yes, it's current.
Means the current king.
It's still the current. Yes.
Yeah. So now that's the map of Uganda.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the other side of the palace. We are going to get the true picture of how this place looks like. So I want you to join me as we continue giving you the clear story about this particular beautiful place found in the capital city of Kampala, at the heart of the Kampala. This is a very nice place. The country is very peaceful. This place is so nice. The people here are very friendly, and everything here is very, very nice for visitors to come. I want to encourage you, if you get an opportunity to visit Uganda, make sure that you visit this particular place so that you can also have an opportunity to get the story behind the story. So let's continue.
So you're most welcome once again to the kingdom of Buganda.
So where are we heading to now?
And this is the capital of the kingdom.
Okay.
So in Buganda we have so many palaces, but this is the capital of those palaces.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had 3 kings stayed here.
Okay.
And the first king to stay here was King Daniel Mwanga. Daniel Mwanga stayed here from 1885 up to 1897. By the time he became a king, he found missionaries were already invited here by his father, that was Mutesa I. For him, he never stayed here. He used to stay in Kasubi royal tombs. So now, one of those British who were invited here to teach Baganda people how to read and write, some of those group also brought that group. They were inside some people who came here to prepare Buganda kingdom to undergo into British rule. Buganda was like an independent state. Buganda was like a government. We had our own currency, we had courts of laws, and even the parliament. So when the British arrived in Buganda here, they were very much surprised to find such an organized kingdom. So what they did, because we had Captain Frederick Rugard, who was a British soldier sent by the Ibeco Company, the Imperial British East African Company, to prepare Buganda kingdom to undergo into British rule. That was his role. So he arrived in 1890 in Buganda, and he gathered at Old Kampala Hill, where you see Gaddafi Mosque. So he started his headquarters on that hill, so that he can, at least, because that hill is very close to the palace, so that he can easily come to the king's palace and prepare King Mwanga so that he accept for Buganda and other kingdoms plus the chiefdoms to become a protectorate. Let alone in 1893, because Daniel Mwanga was convinced and he had some good profits, or he had some good profits he had from the British. So he later accepted in 1893, and he signed a treaty for Buganda and Uganda to become a protectorate. Later on, he realized that all the powers he has already handed over to the British. He decided to fight the British for independence. That was 1897.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let us now go inside the other places also, so that my viewers can also get an opportunity of the right story. As we talk about the story of this particular place, I want to give you an opportunity, my valuable viewers, to get a view of how this place looks like as we work with the person here who is in charge, who is giving us the real story behind the story. Remember, this is the only place you need to watch every time you have to come to Uganda. Make sure that you visit a particular place so that you can get an opportunity to watch this great place. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading to the most important section of this particular video. I want you to watch this one so that you will also get an opportunity to know where we are heading right now. After seeing the palace, you have had an opportunity to watch how beautiful this place was built, the architecture which was there is very marvelous. So we are going to the other section. I want you to continue watching this particular video. Don't forget to share it. Don't forget to like this particular video, and most importantly, let me see your comments in the comment section.
Thank you so much. Now we've been talking about Daniel Mwanga, and Daniel Mwanga later signed a treaty with the British and accepted Buganda and Uganda to become a protectorate. That was 1893. So now he later got disagreements with the British because all the powers he has already handed over to the British. So he decided to fight the British for independence. That was 1897. On 26 August 1897, Daniel Mwanga was defeated and exiled to an island. He was captured from this place and exiled to an island called Seychelles Island in Indian Ocean, where he later died in 1903. And his remains were repatriated here, were reported back here to be laid in Kasubiro tombs. That was 1910. So the British could not stay here minus a king in 1897. So they had a chance of picking any son of Daniel Mwanga's sons, and they chose Daudi Chwa or David Chwa to be their next king. Daudi Chwa was the fifth son of Daniel Mwanga. Daudi Chwa succeeded the throne when he was only 1 year and 6 days. He was given 3 legendaries to help him with leadership. Daudi Chwa stayed here from 1897 up to 1939. And Daudi Chwa was the first king of Buganda to visit Europe with the help of the British. He started traveling when he was only 15 years. Yeah, so that is Daudi Chwa. Daudi Chwa for us here in Uganda, we call him a Liberal King because he brought so many things here in Uganda. Like church marriages, we are brought by Daudi Chwa when he visited England. So here in Uganda, before Daudi Chwa, our kings could marry like 10 women having 20 children, they could never bother. So when David Chwa visited England, he saw people having church marriages and one official wife. So he loved it and was introduced on his regime. As I told you, he was the first king of Uganda to travel to visit Europe. He brought so many things, like this building you're seeing. This building, it was built on his regime when he visited King George V of England. It's where he copied this architecture you're seeing. It was built in 1922 and it is one of the old modern buildings in the whole of East Africa. It was built in 1922 and was completed in 1933. It took 11 years under construction just because here in African countries we had no material to build such houses. So we used to import materials from Europe to here. So that is Daudi Chwa. Daudi Chwa was a pioneer of women emancipation. Like he empowered women here in Uganda and even some parts of East Africa. Like he introduced women from the kitchen now to the front desk, whereby you can travel in the city Kampala and you can find a woman holding a huge business in the city because she was empowered by the king. Like here in Uganda, girls were not allowed to eat chicken and eggs. It was a taboo, and it was saying that when the girls or ladies eat chicken and eggs, the ancestors saying that they will become too fertile, they won't produce. When David visited England, Europe, he saw people, ladies enjoying chicken and eggs at the same time producing. So he had to introduce it here in Uganda and even in Buganda. So Daudi Chwa also introduced the board governs football here in Uganda, and that is FIFA. So he copied it from FIFA now to FIFA here in Uganda, and he was the first FIFA chairman. So we had no sports before Daudi Chwa. Our main sport here in Uganda, it was sport hunting, and Daniel Manga used to hunt animals on all the Kampala hill where you see Gaddafi Mosque. So he used to hunt Impala animals. That's where the name Kampala City delivers from. Kampala City delivers from the wild animals called Impala animals. So that is David Chwa or Daudi Chwa. Daudi Chwa passed away in 1939 when he was only 43 years and he died of diabetes. So he was laid in Kasubiri tombs just like 5 kilometers from here. When he passed away, he was seconded by the son, and the son was called King Freddy because by that time we were led by the British. So the British used to call him King Freddy, and for us here in Uganda we call him Mutesa II. He stayed here from 1939 up to 1966. He was so much educated king. He studied here in Uganda, King's College Budo, after he went to Cambridge University in England. There he majored in political science and served in Sandhurst Military Academy in England. After there, he joined the Green Guards of the Queen Mother in England. That was 1950s. As you know that in 1950s, so many African countries we are fighting for independences. So he had to come back here to fight for Uganda's independence. He came back here in 1957 and started reaping for Uganda's independence. And Uganda became independent on 9th October 1962 and was celebrated as the first ceremonial president of Uganda. So with his prime minister, and the prime minister was called Dr. Apollo Milton Obote. So the prime minister had all executive powers. So that brought disagreements between the two, the prime minister and the king as well as the president. So that's why the prime minister, because he had all executive powers, he ordered his chief of commanders, who was General Idi Amin Dada, to attack this palace in 1966. So our king, because he was a trained soldier in England, he managed to escape from the palace and went back to England, where he later died in 1969. And Dr. Apollo Milton Obote became the second president of Uganda. So Obote captured this palace and he turned it into a military barracks, and he even abolished monarchies from Uganda. So, but later on, Obote was away from here in Uganda, was in Singapore for sugar meetings, Commonwealth meetings in Singapore, and he was overthrown by the army commander. That was Idi Amin Dada. Just called him never to come back here. I'm now the president. So Idi Amin Dada took over and became the third president of Uganda. So as I told you, King Freddy Omutesa II was exiled by the former prime minister who was Obote. So King Freddy Omutesa II died in exile in England in 1969 when he was celebrating his 45 years. He was poisoned in wine and he died in England. So as I told you about Obote captured the palace and he turned it into a military barracks. He even abolished monarchies from Uganda. So on the regime of Idi Amin Dada, he knew that he could not lead Uganda for so long, minus Buganda kingdom. Because Buganda, in Uganda, Buganda have the huge numbers, all the big population in Uganda. So what he did in order to capture sympathy from Buganda kingdom, he brought back the remains of Mutesa II, or King Freddy here, in 1971. And Idi Amin Dada was much loved by the people of Buganda because he brought back the remains of their king. So Idi Amin Dada stayed in power as a president from 1971 up to 1979. As I told you, this palace was an army barracks. Even on the regime of Idi Amin Dada, it continued as an army barracks, where Idi Amin Dada hired Israelis to construct an armory inside here. So Idi Amin Dada used it as an armory for only 6 months, and he later turned it into a torture chamber where thousands of Ugandans were killed. So Idi Amin Dada used to kidnap Ugandans, and mainly men in 1970s, mainly men who were in politics, used to kidnap Ugandans here in Kampala and surrounding areas. They were thrown in saloon cars. They used to drive them in Kampala for almost 7 hours for you to be confused that I'm very far away from Kampala. After they used to drive them inside the armory or the chamber down there. So no one survived this place. So that's why the current king, Kabaka Ronald Mwenda Mutebi II, does not stay in this place. It's because this place is full of bloodshed. So many Ugandans were killed. That's why the current king doesn't stay here. But the king always comes here when he has important meetings. Like if he has meetings with the UNESCO people, the people responsible for heritages, they always hold meetings inside the palace, inside this building. Right now it is the office for the king. He always celebrates birthdays and other like coronations. He always come in this place. It is a ceremonial place right now. So so that is the story in this place. So now we are heading down to see the torture chambers or the dungeons of Idi Amin Dada.
Thank you so much, my valuable viewers. We have officially come to the end of this particular part one visit of this particular palace. We are going to the second part of the visit to this particular palace. Remember, this is Public Desire Media TV. I'm promising you more and more content the second part of the visit. Watch out for the second part. I want you to continue subscribing. Those people who have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you do exactly that, because this is the only channel that is going to give you an opportunity to watch and enjoy exact, accurate and specific content that is meant to make you a better person in whatever you do. We have officially come to the end of the part one of the visit. We are going to the second part, which I want you to continue watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this particular content to all your contacts in the comment section, and make sure that you build the channel by road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Watch out, part 2 of the visit. Yeah, my valuable viewers, welcome. Thank you so much. We are going to the second part of the visit. Remember, we are doing the first visit with my friend here, Mr. Ben, and now he's going to take us to the second part of the visit to this royal family. Remember, Public Desire Media TV is the only channel that gives you the opportunity to watch and enjoy exact, accurate, specific and relevant content that is meant to make you a better person in whatever you do. Today, I'm in Buganda Kingdom Palace. Yeah. Yes, you have had the part one story. You have seen part one. You have watched part one, how this particular palace was established, how many kings have been there before. And today, we are going to do the second part, whereby we are going to see the Idi Amin torture chambers, some of the items he used to do, some of the vehicles he used to drive. So make sure that to watch this particular channel right from the beginning until the tail end, so that you may enjoy exact, accurate, specific, and relevant content that is meant to make you a better person in whatever you do. Come with me as we walk with Mr. Ben.